All right, everybody, we're gonna get started. Good morning.
Good morning.
What do we want?
Justice.
When do we want it?
Now.
What do we want?
Justice.
When do we want it?
Now.
¿Qué queremos?
Justicia.
¿Cuándo lo queremos?
Ahora.
¿Qué queremos?
Justicia.
¿Cuándo lo queremos?
Ahora.
Thank you all so much for being here to support our immigrant rights groups who have been on the front lines of defending our immigrant community in the county of Santa Barbara. We want to give a special shout out to the groups, the 805 Undocu Fund, the Immigrant Legal Defense Center, MyCop, Indivisible Cause, Future Leaders. My name is Eder Gaona. I am the Executive Director of the Fund for Santa Barbara, and we are so happy to be in support and in alignment with these groups. What we saw last week in the city of Carpinteria and Camarillo was a devastation. We saw state-sponsored attacks on our communities. We saw people die. We saw families separated. We saw kids going home to no mom. And so we're here today at the Board of Supervisors to demand an emergency action. We need our supervisors to join the lawsuit with Los Angeles and make sure that they demand accountability to ICE. We need the Board of Supervisors to provide a $1 million grant to these immigrant rights organizations. We need legal representation. And we need to make sure that our immigrants feel at home here in the county of Santa Barbara. So without any further ado, I'm gonna pass it on to the next speaker. Primi, thank you everybody.
Buenos dias, good morning everyone. My name is Primitiva Hernandez and I'm the Executive Director of 805 Undocu Fund. On June 10, we held a press conference right in front of those steps at the courthouse. And our warning was that ICE was escalating their aggression and violence. 30 days later, we saw it happen. Just a few days ago, on July 10, alongside the National Guard, ICE raided Glass House Farms in Carpinteria and Camarillo. They showed up in full military gear with armored trucks and weapons, and it didn't stop there. When the community members, like all of us here standing today, showed up to peacefully demand that those inside be treated with dignity, they were met with violence. Tear gas was used on unarmed civilians, demonstrators, children, and elders. People whose only demand was respect for human life. They used military tactics, chemical weapons on civilians, tear gas, a substance that is banned in most countries during warfare. But yet, in the US, it is allowed to be used against its own people. This is no longer just about immigration enforcement. It's about normalization of fascist tactics, chemical weapons, military trucks, and silence from our local government. And now our community is traumatized and hurting. Families have been torn apart. Teenagers are stepping up and taking care of their young siblings. So our ask today is that our county no longer remain silent. So our demands are very simple today for the County Board of Supervisors. Join the ACLU and Los Angeles lawsuit challenging unlawful ICE apprehensions in Santa Barbara County. Allocate $1 million, and honestly, in my opinion, it could be more. Other counties have done so much better than us. And this funding would go to organizations that right now are not receiving any state, any federal dollars, most of them, 805 Andaki Fund is proudly able to say that we are 100% funded by philanthropy. It is your dollars and the generous contributions from local community foundations that keep us afloat. Not our county government, not our state government, not our federal government. We also ask for an end to voluntary cooperation between the Santa Barbara County Sheriff and ICE. Sheriff Brown chooses to cooperate, and our county chooses to allow it to. Our last ask is to raise the minimum wage for farm workers. The majority of those disappeared by ICE are farm workers. Those that kept us fed during COVID are now being chased like criminals. So enough is enough. We refuse to let fear win. We will not be silenced. We will not stop organizing until our people are liberated from the systems of oppression named ICE and Border Patrol and any other enforcement system built to serve the wealthy that profit from our pain and suffering. We demand action from our Board of Supervisors now. Thank you.
Sí se puede.
Sí se puede. Sí se puede. Sí se puede. Sí se puede. What do we want?
Justice.
When do we want it?
Now.
¿Qué es lo que queremos?
Justicia.
¿Cuándo la queremos?
Ahora.
Thank you. Lucas. Lucas from CAUSE is our next speaker for today. Take it away, Lucas.
Thank you, Primi. Thank you for the incredible work that you all are doing. 805 Immigrant Coalition, 805 Andaki Fund. My name is Lucas Zucker. I'm the co-executive director of CAUSE. We organize farm workers here in the Central Coast for better wages and working conditions in the fields. And I'm going to talk today about how militarized ICE raids terrorizing our communities make farm workers more exposed to abuse in the workplace and make it harder for the people putting food on all of our tables to put food on their own. Farm workers are being repeatedly targeted. Our local community here in Ventura and Santa Barbara counties has become ground zero for the return of mass workplace raids, a tool that ICE discontinued many years ago because it was so harmful and indiscriminate. We know that labor exploitation and the criminalization of immigrants are two sides of the same coin. Far too many corporations pad their profits by taking advantage of immigrant workers who fear reporting labor abuses to government agencies because of their status. Terrorizing farm workers with massive ICE raids adds gasoline to the fire of labor exploitation. It makes farm workers more vulnerable and afraid to speak out when they face wage theft or health and safety violations. Many farm workers throughout our region are afraid to go to work this week. Every day, they're facing an impossible choice. Do you stay home and lose the income you need to pay for rent and groceries? Or do you risk everything to go to work? Risk being snatched from your job by mysterious masked men backed by soldiers armed for war on our own streets? Risk going to work in the morning and kissing your children goodbye, knowing you might not return to see them again. Farm workers in the Central Coast are already struggling to make ends meet, being paid wages far too low to survive in this area, living multiple families to an apartment. Many farm workers right now are losing the income they need to pay rent next month as the agricultural workforce is thrown into chaos. But when the dust settles, farm workers will have to show up for work or be fired. Farm workers show up for work during wildfires and pandemics. Even on a regular day, farm workers show up for work at one of the most dangerous jobs in America, with some of the highest rates of injuries and deaths on the job. And now, farm workers are showing up for work, risking being torn away from their families and communities by ICE. So who will show up for them? Over the past year, hundreds of farm workers here in Santa Barbara County, organizing with CAUSE and MICOP in a movement called Alianza Campesina, came to these same Santa Barbara County supervisors, bravely calling for a living wage. Farm workers are paid far less than their peers in similar industries like construction and truck driving because of the racist history of farm workers being excluded from labor unions and labor protections in this country. So they're asking for an ordinance that would set farm worker minimum wages at $26 an hour. And the thank you. And the supervisors so far have failed to take action. So now, a living wage for farm workers is needed more than ever, as workers who are already underpaid are losing wages from the chaos that the Trump administration is unleashing as they turn our communities into war zones. We are united today, standing behind local farm workers, to not only protect one another from Trump's abuses of power, but to value the dignity, skills, and hard work of our neighbors. Let's tell our local officials, stand with farm workers, give farm workers a living wage. Living wage now. Say it with me. Living wage now. Living wage now. Living wage now. Living wage now. Thank you. Our next speaker is Fernando, right? Yes. All right. Fernando with Miko.
Thank you, Lucas. ¿Se puede? ¿Se puede? Gracias, sí se puede. Good morning, fellow colleagues, community members. My name is Fernando Martinez. I serve as the Community Organizing Manager with the Mixteco Indigena Community Organizing Project in Santa Barbara County. I'm a proud son of indigenous farm workers who have worked these lands for more than 20 years. Today, I stand before you all not only as an organizer, but also as a voice for those who are often silenced. This past week has been incredibly difficult. Like many of you, I felt pain, frustration, and anger. Once again, our farmer community is under attack. The recent ICE raid in Carpinteria and Ventura County has not only devastated farmer community, but it has also shaken the foundation of labor in this state. Over 300 farm workers were arrested, many who are from indigenous descent. 300 fewer people in our workforce, 300 fewer people who keep our economy moving. Let's be clear, these are the same workers we called essential during the pandemic. We praised them, we celebrated them, and we acknowledge that they're the ones who keep our supply running. Now we're calling them criminals. Let that sink in. We are calling them criminals. This must stop. We cannot continue to allow this administration to attack the very people who keep picking fruit and vegetables that fill our grocery stores. The arrest of farm workers will not only tear families apart, it will drive the cost of food for everyone. Think about that. It will deepen the labor shortage, destabilize local economies, and put unnecessary strain on families. Farm workers are in constant fear, and many fear to return to work after an ICE raid. Labor is essential, farm workers are essential. Without them, our economy crumbles, and we will not stay silent while this administration continues to tear our families apart. We have the strength, we have the resiliency, and we will fight back. But we need our elected officials, like mentioned before, to take bold action, those who claim to represent us, not with empty gestures. This is no longer a moment to speak out. This is a moment to stand up and take action, protect our immigrant community, pass a living wage for our farm workers that are often living in crowded housing conditions. This must stop now. ¿Se puede? ¿Se puede? Thank you. Up next, we have Julissa Peña. Adelante. Let's give Julissa a round of applause.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Julissa Peña, Executive Director of the Immigrant Legal Defense Center. Under the current administration, we are witnessing horrific violations of immigrant rights on an alarming scale. Immigrants targeted simply because of the color of their skin, physically assaulted and stripped of their rights for a fair hearing. This administration has shown it will separate families without hesitation, leaving behind U.S. citizen children, taking parents with critical medical conditions, and even detaining pregnant women. These aren't isolated cases. They are part of a broader assault on due process, human dignity, and justice itself. To the members of our community, I say this: keep raising your voices, keep showing up. Our collective power is the antidote to fear. These violent, unconstitutional raids aren't just about immigration. They are a stark warning of broader attacks on civil liberties that should alarm us all. Now more than ever, it is absolutely crucial that local resources are allocated to defend and protect our immigrant neighbors from these injustices. Without local investment in legal representation and rapid response, these abuses not only continue but go unchallenged and unseen. We have a higher obligation, not just to protect immigrant families, but to stand up for due process and the constitutional rights that safeguard us all. People forced to face these proceedings without legal representation have never been more vulnerable. Defending them now is preserving the very principles of justice and fairness that define us as a community. So today, we're calling on local leaders to join us, to allocate emergency funding for legal defense, to invest in organizations on the ground, and to make it clear that in this county, we will not stand by while our fundamental rights are being trampled. Thank you. Pass it over to Jeremy.
Good morning. My name is Jeremy Goldberg. I'm the Executive Director of the Central Coast Labor Council, AFL-CIO. Our Labor Council is comprised of 75 labor unions on the Central Coast, representing more than 70,000 workers across all sectors of the economy. I'm here today to send a message to our County Board of Supervisors. It's time to start fighting back. It used to be called the American Dream to make your way to this country, work hard, and set the next generation of your family on a path to freedom and opportunity. But the attack on Central Coast workers by the United States government that we witnessed last Thursday and over the course of the last month is anything but the American dream. It's been a nightmare. Every single worker in this country deserves a fair wage and safe working conditions. One job should be enough to provide food, shelter, and education to your family. Not some jobs, not the jobs of a privileged few. Any one job in the United States of America and in Santa Barbara County, California should be enough. So today I'm here to call on this Board of Supervisors, elected by the voters, by the workers of this county, to take a stand and fight back. Laid before you are proposals that will help this community defend itself, help organizations provide legal aid, prevent county law enforcement from coordinating with ICE, and yes, raise the wages of every single farm worker in this county. It's time to get off the fence. It's time to stop worrying about re-election campaigns and politics and optics. It's time to take a stand for your workers who are under attack. Every single bite of food you take starts with the hand of a farm worker who is underpaid, overworked, and underappreciated. While we debate how to take back the reins of government from a wannabe tyrant, one thing is clear. Today we can make a tangible difference in the lives of every farm worker in this county by raising their wages now. Supervisor, they were here. Are they still here? Oh, they're not. Okay, good. Well, thanks for coming down. Supervisors Capps and Hartman, Lee, Nelson, and Lavanino, if you can hear us, do the right thing. Do everything in your power to give farm workers what they deserve. They deserve to get home safely every single day, having been paid what their labor is worth.
Do the right thing. Do the right thing.
Do the right thing. Do the right thing.
Do the right thing.
So thank you, and thank you to all the speakers. From the bottom of my heart, I want to say thank you all for being here. Something I didn't share earlier today is that I'm also an immigrant. And frankly, the last couple of months have been hell. Not just for me, but for my loved ones, my community, and all those who are fearing the same things with ICE. So I just want to say thank you for using your voice, and thank you for stepping up. So a lot of you have asked, what can we do to help? This is a federal issue, but our local supervisors in city have a lot of control and a lot of power. So right now, what you can do is march upstairs, get a speaking slip if you haven't already, and demand that our Board of Supervisors takes action today. We need funds to protect our undocumented immigrants. We need lawyers. ILDC is at capacity. We need rapid response dollars. 805 UndocuFund is at capacity. We need them to join a lawsuit. No more nice words, no more statements. We need them to act. And we need them to raise the wage. So that is what you can do today. Para todos que están aquí que nomás hablan español, lo que no dije es que yo también soy inmigrante, vengo del estado de Guerrero. Anybody? No? ¿Nadie? Y con todo mi corazón les quiero dar muchas gracias porque las pocas semanas y meses antes han sido un infierno. No nomás para mí, para familiares y para muchos de los que están aquí con nosotros. So, les quiero decir gracias y hay que ir al cuarto piso a hablar nuestra mente y a pedir acción. Do the right thing. Do the right thing. Do the right thing. Do the right thing. So I have talking points, everybody. Let's go.